Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Just a quick update of what I've been up to this morning. I've been out here early doing a bit of weeding and pulling out some plants that I don't really need anymore. Gone to seed, not going to get used. And I've still got some plants that are in pots that need to go in the ground. So that's the job for today, to get those in the ground. There's some tomato plants and other plants. So I'll take you inside and show you what I've done so far and explain what I'm about to do for the rest of the afternoon. And I also managed this morning to do a quick video of each bed before I did the weeding, so I'll be able to show you sort of a comparison of what each bed looked like before I started, what it looks like now. As I say, as I go through, I'll explain what I'm going to do in each bed for the rest of the day. So let's go inside and have a look and see what I'm about to do. Okay, we'll start off down here with the seed trays, and these are the seeds I sowed a while back, some herbs. Those ones on the very end there, some spring onions, sowed those a couple of weeks. And the rest of these down here are the herbs. And these ones here are brinjals or aubergines. There's a spare sweet corn, a couple of spare tomato plants there. And moving up to here, these are all my peppers that are now in pots, and these will probably stay in for another couple of weeks before they go in the bed, and they'll be going in this bed. And this bed had baby cabbages in. As you can see, it's empty at the moment. Like I say, peppers will be going in here along with the aubergines, so half the bed would be peppers and half the bed would be aubergines. And then this bed here has got some salad and spinach, and this bed did have 2 full rows of lettuce in there, but the cutworms have gone through and eaten basically all the lettuce. So the row on the left is completely gone. This row on the right, there's 3 lettuce that survived. These last 2 I transplanted from another bed this morning. So out of 2 rows of lettuce, I managed to get 3 that the cutworms didn't eat. And the same with the spinach. This was a whole long row of spinach, which has been eaten away half of it by cutworms. So got a little bit left there, a little bit there, and a little bit up there. What I'll do is I'll re-sow in the blank spots to try and fill up the areas that the cutworms have eaten. Down here, these are my tomato plants that are going to go in today. They're getting quite big. They should have probably gone in maybe another week or so ago. Just haven't had a chance to get out here and do anything, so these are long overdue to go in the ground, so they're definitely going in today. Down here there's 2 courgettes. This one's a little bigger than that one. This one germinated a lot later than the first one. They're also going to go in the ground today. And then here I've got 2 butternut squash, also got to go in the ground today, getting a bit big. And then these 2 cucumbers, which are actually spares, because I've already got 1 cucumber that I've planted in the ground about a week or so ago. So those 2 are just spares. I'll keep them for a while and then give them away. This bed is the potatoes, doing quite well. There's no real change here from the before and after. I haven't really touched this bed this morning, so this is just as it always is, just getting a bit bigger. This is the bed with the beetroot and carrots in. Heavily weeded this morning. This bed was full of weeds, and it's the same story with the cutworms. I've got empty gaps where the cutworms have decided to eat my beetroot. Not so much the carrots, but the carrots also still got a few blank spots from poor germination. But it's definitely an improvement from this morning. Pulled out a lot of weeds from here, and I thinned the carrots out a bit. The carrots are a bit too thickly sown, so I just pulled some of those out. Moving on down to here, this bed this morning, these lettuces were on the left hand side here, and when I originally planted them there, I forgot that this bed is actually going to have the tomato plants. So I'm going to have a row of tomato plants on this side and a row of tomato plants on this side. So what I did is I transplanted the lettuce from there down the centre, so they'll stay there for now, and then those extra 3 that I showed you in the other bed came from here. So this bed is where the tomatoes are going to go. This bed had the very small red onions in. It sort of really didn't do anything, so they've come out. And this bed's going to have some more salad, some lettuce in here. So I've got to sow some more lettuce in this bed. At the moment it's completely empty. This bed down here is where the big red onions were. So they all came out this morning, and this bed got a good weed in. So this is completely empty, and this is where I'm going to plant the courgettes. There'll be 2 plants, one at the back there and one at the front. So that's where the courgettes are going to go, and I'll show you a little bit later where my onions are and what I managed to get out of this bed. Not a bad harvest, not the biggest of onions, but still better than nothing. And then this is the roaring success of the garden at the moment. This is the sweet corn, and these are really taking off now. And I haven't really done much to this bed. I pulled out a few little weeds this morning, but there's not many weeds in here because I did mulch this bed when I planted the sweet corn, so it's kept the weeds down quite a bit. So not a great change from this morning. And this bed has got, there's a cucumber I planted a couple of weeks ago at the back there. That will grow up trellis work here. And then there's 2 rows of beans. One that I planted beginning of September, and this one I planted or sowed beginning of October. And then maybe this afternoon, if I get a chance, or tomorrow morning, I'll sow another row there, which will be the beginning of November. And this bed had the fennel in, which is gone. It all went to seed, as you probably see in the video now. So that's all come out, and this bed is where the butternut squash are going to go. 2 plants, 1 at each end. And then maybe this weekend or next weekend, if I get a chance, I'll put a trellis work up the back there so they can grow up. Trellis work, get a little extra crops out of them, a few extra butternut if they grow up, increases the space. So that's what I've been up to this morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on and plant all the plants that need to go in the ground, and I'll bring you back when I'm done. I'll show you what everything looks like when I'm finished, and I'll quickly go and show you now the red onions. Okay, this is the red onion harvest. I'm not sure how many is here, I haven't really counted them, but I've just laid them out on this table. It's under cover. They'll stay here until they're all dried up. We had quite a lot of heavy rain last night, so they're quite damp, but they forecast rain again for today. So what I might do tomorrow, if the weather's fine, it's sunny, I might just lay them out on the grass to try and dry off the outsides that are a bit damp, and then put them back here. But they'll basically stay here now until they're completely dry, and then I'll put them in my garage and they'll stay there till I need them. So that's the onion harvest, and I'll be back just now when I'm finished in the garden. Hi, welcome back, and this is what I've done this afternoon. As you can see, tomatoes are in. This is the framework they're going to grow up. So I've got 8 tomato plants, 4 down this side, and then there's 4 down that side. And then at the base of each tomato plant, you'll see it's just a toilet roll tube, and all that is, that's just to try and keep the cutworms from getting to the stems of the tomato plants, and that will just eventually rot away once I start watering the plants, and then I'll just later on I'll peel it all off once the stems get thick enough that the cutworms can't eat through. So they're quite big at the moment. They shouldn't be able to chew through these stems as they're quite big, but just as an extra precaution, as soon as I've got quite a few cutworms in the garden, I've put the toilet roll tubes around the base of each plant. So that's the tomatoes. And then moving down, these are the 2 courgettes. One at the back there. It's just a steel pole that I'll tie them up to as they grow. This one's also got the toilet roll tube, and the base. This one's quite small. One at the back there I haven't put because the stem's quite thick, and also the plant's a little too big to try and squeeze through the tube. So that one I'm just going to take a chance on. So that's those 2. And then moving around to this bed, these are the 2 butternut squash. So there's one there, and there's one there. These I haven't got the toilet tube rolls around because the plants are just too big to try and squeeze through the tube. So that's that for this update, and I'll come back again in a couple of weeks to see how everything's growing. So as usual, if you like to keep up with what's going on in the garden, please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.